The Young Turks 14 years.
Welcome back. You're watching Young Turks, India's longest running show on startups and entrepreneurship. Housing.com co-founder Advitya Sharma, who quit the company in March this year, is now betting big on the education sector. He's launched Genius Learning Labs, a network of micro schools to be run by individual teachers. Shruti caught up with Advitya to understand what went down at Housing.com and find out more about his new venture, Genius Micro Schools. Here's a slice of that chat.
You're looking to start with 500 micro schools, technology-led micro schools, and you plan to open up in July. Are all plans on track?
So we've gotten an overwhelming response, to be honest to you. In just 3 days from launching, we've got more than 2,000 teacher registrations, right? That's more than 4 times what we had expected. We're trying to work with entrepreneurial teachers and set up classrooms at their house. We'll provide them with some amazing technology, which will customize itself for the learning needs, interest and pace of every child. And accordingly, on a tablet, a child will be able to access his own playlist. So let me give you an example. Let's say if I'm weak in gravity, right? So in my playlist, maybe there'll be some explanatory content and videos. So on the other hand, if there's another kid who's good in gravity, maybe his playlist will not have explanatory content, but have advanced questions which will challenge him and force him to go deep and have more mastery over the concept.
But you clearly have competition in this space. You know, there are a lot of e-learning portals, and then there are the Coursera's of the world.
Sure.
So I understand that you're different. You just spoke about the kind of technology you're using, but still, what do you think they lack, and that will perhaps be your USP?
So the solution is not giving a kid a tablet or internet, okay? There are certain aspects of technology which does not work in learning. For example, technology cannot instill curiosity in the child or inspire a child to learn like a teacher. And so that's why if you look at it, these companies have a high registration rate, but they have a very, very bad course completion rate.
What is the age group of children that you're looking at, and what is the revenue model? How do you plan to make money?
There are more than 200 million children in the kindergarten to 8th class, right? And families end up spending more than 12 to 15% of their annual income in this category, right? So it's like a $20 billion market opportunity. So traditionally the revenue model isn't very different. The parents are the customers for education for their children. So they'll be paying for enrolling and registering their children onto the Genius Micro School platform. And we believe that entrepreneurial teachers are a very important part of the whole journey. So we'll be figuring out a revenue split with those guys.
Looking back at Housing, you know, you were 12 co-founders who started the venture. Most of you have moved on and even started up new ventures. Housing too has revamped, you know, its core management team. It's now increasingly focusing on revenue generation. Do you see Housing today as the way you had envisioned it?
See, when we started off, we didn't even know how to build a company. We didn't even know what a company was, right? So I think we came a long way in these 3 years. We were great at building a product. We were great at changing the way the market functions. But to be able to instill that in day-to-day operations, I think there are more experienced people who can come in and take the charge.
You and your team could have handled things better in a more mature, professional manner?
When you raise a $100 million round, right, you get this erroneous notion that by throwing money at the problem, you'll be able to solve all the problems. I think that is when we lost a bit of focus. We handled it pretty well, the restructuring of the organization. It was a very tough few months. Even in my final email to the company, I said that the last 9 months were the toughest of my life.
And all's well with SoftBank as well, right?
Yeah, I think they're phenomenal investors. They care a lot about us being able to solve the problem, and they've stuck with us throughout. So yeah.
Well, Advitya, here's wishing you all the very best with your second startup. Moving on, as part of our ongoing partnership with Microsoft Imagine Cup, a premier student technology competition, we at CNBC TV 18 have been putting the spotlight on young entrepreneurs for the past 4 years. This week, we feature the winners of the India Finals 2016 from the 14th edition of the Imagine Cup. And here's a look at the top 3 teams.
Now in its 14th year, Microsoft organizes a global student technology competition to identify and foster innovation in 3 main categories: world citizenship, gaming, and innovation.
What struck me very much about this year was the fact that there is such a great awareness in this generation about what they can do for society. And that to me is really touching, because I was impressed with one of the companies which was talking about how they can use breath to analyze or diagnose tuberculosis. And they were using the cloud as the medium through which all this information was going to be captured, and then they would be able to show the biomarkers. I mean, amazing.
This year, 2017 from 23 states across India made it to the finals and battled it out to represent India at the upcoming global finals in Seattle, USA for $50,000 prize money. Here's a quick look at the winners. Founded by IIT Ropers Gaurav Mittal, Kaushal Yagnik and Mohit Garg, Team Kura Pehchano has developed a real-time garbage management system. Their Android app, Spot Garbage, can automatically help users detect and segment garbage using artificial intelligence to read images uploaded by them to the app. The app then geotags the image and is capable of sending the location coordinates to a central server to facilitate smart garbage collection and disposal. The team believes that this solution can also be extended to CCTV cameras, drone surveillance and traffic cameras in smart cities. Yatin Dharamal's one-man team called DIGIY has developed a game called Kenny's Notes. Targeting casual gamers, as of now Yatin calls this app more of a personal project rather than a monetizable business opportunity. With plans to raise funds via Kickstarter, Yatin plans to launch this app in the next 3 months. Team @Julius has built an app to distribute and publish ebooks. The team has adopted a revenue sharing model with the publishers for this. Currently a Windows-only app, Garg Jasuja and team plan to expand their reach by catering to Android and iOS platforms in the coming months. The team is also planning to create exclusive content for users in the future.
Well, congratulations and all the very best for the World Finals, where one of these teams will represent India. On that note, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of Young Turks. Tell us what you thought of our show. Write into us, youngturks@network18online.com. That's our email address. Catch our episodes on our website, youngturks.in.com. And for our international viewers, log on to moneycontrol.com. Till then, from the entire team, goodbye and many thanks for watching.
The Young Turks 14 years